Thank you for being with us today. Live from Greystone, it's been a crazy day. Riley Green has made his way over and is sitting down with us. Riley Green, country music star, and now Hollywood actor. Hollywood. How about you acting a little bit in Marshall?
Just what I needed was one more thing to do.
Yeah. What are you doing? I mean, you don't have time for this.
Yeah,
and we thought you were just like Greg said. You know, the guy who found you. Greg was saying the guy who discovered you. Yeah. Let me tell you on a note on that, because so I was in Hope Hull, Alabama, Ella Langley.
Yeah.
They're all Ella Langley, Ella Langley. I said, no, hey. I said, let me tell you about Pleasant Valley. I said, if you ever go to Pleasant Valley, that's the home of Riley Green. And I said, that's where my brother lives. And, for a minute, they kind of stopped their little hype about their country music star. We got one, too, in Calhoun County.
If they ever put one of those big signs up, like on Little Giants, where it's home of in Pleasant Valley, I'm going to put Greg on there, too. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a lot smaller. It's going to be in the – you got to really school. You have to pull over to see it.
Welcome to Pleasant Valley. Yeah. Home of Riley Green and Greg Burgess.
Greg Burgess.
So we got to
put it in his yard.
Yeah, you're right. How did you have time to say, you know what, I think I'll be on this series? And Greg was telling me, he said you were in it, and we were like, yeah, what is he going to do? Greg's like, I don't know. I mean, with everything he's doing, and you're still, you're on there all the time. You got like a full-blown character.
Yeah, well, so when I started looking at the acting road, I talked to Tim McGraw a little bit. And, he was amazing in 1883, and he's done a great job.
He really was, yeah.
And when I always thought acting was something you were kind of born with. Like you were in plays and in theater and all that, and I didn't do any of that stuff. So when I talked to him and realized that it was something he started, tried, learned, and picked up, I thought, well, maybe it's something I can figure out. And I got to be good buddies with Luke Grimes, who plays Casey in Yellowstone. He's kind of starting his music career. And I mentioned to him that I wanted to do some acting, and he had the show coming out. He said, well, man, there may be a part for you in this. So I was mindful I didn't want to go just do a musical cameo. I didn't want to play myself. If I was going to do it, I want to do it. And, man, I went and read for the part on a Sunday. They called me the next day, can you get out to Utah for dress rehearsals? So I was in the middle of a tour. It was November.
That's my next question. What do you do with your commitments you already got?
We booked 2 flights a week to Utah, and I would fly out there on Sunday and film Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, fly to wherever the bus was on Thursday, play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I did that for a month and a half, and it wore me out. That was in the part of the year, too, when we're usually slowing down, around the holidays. So it was I think the next thing I do in that world, I'll make sure I carve out some time from touring until I can really live in that space for a little while.
Well, I know that he had the lead role, or one of the lead roles, but it nearly killed Tim McGraw. Because I remember they were showing shows that he was having to get to, and then one night he was just completely exhausted. It wore him out. Now I know he had to do more shooting but still, you're in how many episodes?
I'm in 4.
Wow.
Yeah, and one of the producers for the show I was talking to, and they were talking about 1883 that Tim was in, talking about how tough it was filming that show because of where it was.
Yeah.
Too, we were outside Park City, Utah. It was. It was nice. It wasn't quite ski time yet, so it wasn't real busy. I had my little house rented in Utah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So it could have been harder.
It could have been more tough, yeah.
Right, yeah. Well, there's a movie being done about my life, and I've already suggested them to contact you about playing me since we look alike.
Yeah.
And so just that could happen. So just know that may happen. I don't want to get your hopes up, but it possibly could happen.
I just want to know who's going to play Greg.
Well, they're actually, you wouldn't believe who they're talking about for that, and so it's a special role. It can't just be for anybody. It's got to be somebody that can be a character actor. It would have been Robert Duvall, but he died. So that's what we were trying. So he went on in. So that could be interesting. But talk to me. You got new music that is that's rolling out now too. You're playing everywhere. So talk to us about some of the new stuff that you have just recently written.
So I put a song out called My Way that I actually performed on the show. So the timing of that worked out really good.
There you go.
Man, I got a full album recorded. Got finished with it about 3 weeks ago. We're going to put out a few songs over the next month or two and put the album out in the fall. And it works. I love it when you got new music aligned with the tour. We just started my tour. It's called the Cowboys That Gets Tour. I'm taking out Justin Moore.
Cool.
And I've been a fan of him for a long time. And playing.
How does that work when you start figuring out who you're going to team it with? I know there has to be availability. Do you, the headliner, go, here's some people I'd love to work with, and then they go see who's available? Or how does that work?
Yeah, it's
And you were on the other end of it where people had you come out with them.
That's right.
So how does that all work?
Well, I always looked at it like there's a handful of ways or reasons to get somebody on the road. One, somebody you like. You know, I mean, you're spending a lot of time with them.
That's
somebody
right.
you're out with, and you're going, you know, and Justin's a buddy of mine. And another one's somebody that can sell tickets. You know,
That's
I mean,
right.
and a lot of those people are really expensive. So then you got to weigh well, are they going to sell enough to make up what
There
I
you
got to
go.
pay them to come do it? And then the other one is when there's some ways you can trade out. You know, I remember when a lot of Texas country artists, I used to take them out, you know, playing in the Southeast and outside of Texas where they weren't as big, and then I would go over and open for them in Texas to, you know, kind of swap out and try to get some of each other's fan bases. But
you got to work now. I mean, you got to get after it. I know, you know, especially to you know, because all these promoters are willing. You know, they don't like things that don't sell out.
Yeah.
They want you moving tickets. Music right now, you're basically putting out to get them to come see you live.
Yeah.
And there's a new way you release music, like you were talking about.
It's such a battle to stay relevant
Right
now because there's so many avenues to put music out. You know, when it was just CDs at Walmart,
Right.
and everybody didn't put 2 albums out a year. You know, it was once every couple of years.
Right,
Kind
yeah.
of what that cycle is. So it's changed so much. But we've been really fortunate that, you know, things have grown gradually,
Unbelievable,
and they
man.
just continue to.
Congratulations
I
on
appreciate
everything,
it.
man. But you know, at the end of the day, we talked about this before. If you don't have good songs, nobody cares. You know, so know that you've put out good songs. It's all been by merit. I mean, you can have the look, you can have the tenacity, but if you don't have good songs, at the end of the day, people aren't coming out if you don't have good songs.
Yeah. Well, Greg's a testament to that because he's got the look and the tenacity.
Greg, again, let me tell you, if I could get Greg, you know, we're going on tour this fall. Greg's probably already talked to you about it, and Greg's going to pick the bass back up. And
Well, let's put y'all on some shows.
Yeah, look, we're putting the band back together.
Yeah.
So we got a fall tour coming up, and I know I've been talking to your people. You may make a little cameo on it. You may not know about it yet, but so Greg's about to get back out there.
I'd love to see it.
Hey, when them old stage lights hits that right there,
Yeah.
the women are gonna swoon.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I think that I don't know what that demographic is. What's that number? I don't know.
Thank you, Riley. Appreciate you. See you, man.
This is the Rick Burgess Show.